Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I sleep trained my 1-year-old. What is sleep training anyway? Sleep training is when you help a baby to sleep at night, but not only just at night, it's sleeping through the night. That is the key. So I came up with 4 easy steps that you can follow in order for you to achieve this goal. Step 1, make sure you and your baby are ready. This is so important. A lot of times people will want to start too soon or start too late. It's just not the right time. You gotta make sure that your baby is ready for this challenge because let's face it, it is gonna be challenging. You have to be mentally and emotionally prepared for this because it's not easy. The first 3 to 4 months, the baby is kind of just getting used to being outside the womb. I mean, think about it. He or she has been in your tummy for the last 10 months of its life. Now they're trying to get used to the world. Don't try to rush it. First 4 to 5 months, I would say, the best place for that baby to be is in a bassinet or in a crib or somewhere that's right next to your bed inside your room. Your baby will start recognizing day and night, so they will sleep a lot less during the day and they will start sleeping a lot more at night. So wait for these signs to kind of figure out when it is that you want to start sleep training. When they get to about 5 to 6 months, that's when the baby usually drops those night feedings and they're capable of sleeping from 8 to 12 hour stretches. Also, professionals will say at around 5 to 6 months, that is the best time to start because usually they're ready. Step 2, have a consistent bedtime routine. One thing you may not realize about your baby is he or she loves structure and they love routine. By sticking to doing the same thing every day, same time, this creates structure for your baby. So let me tell you a little bit about how we do our routine at night. We start with a bath, which usually a bath is every other day at this point. After a bath, we'll put on her pajamas, we'll do a little Bible story devotional with her, we'll sing a song, and then we'll pray. After we pray, I take her to her room, I rock her just a little bit, I sing her another goodnight song, and then I put her down in her crib, and it's time to go to bed. Step 3, make sure the baby is fed, changed, and the temperature in the room is perfectly fine. You want it to be just right. And this is something that I really struggled with since the day she was born. I always thought the room was too hot or too cold and I didn't know if I should put socks on her or short sleeves or shorts or long sleeves. It was always a constant struggle for me. But we find that around 76, 77 is a really good temperature for her and she sleeps perfectly fine. As long as he or she is fed, changed, and the temperature is fine in the room, you should be good to go. Step 4, lay the baby down in the crib while they're still awake. This is super important. The reason why you want to do this, you want to make sure that they're still awake, is because you want them to be able to go to sleep on their own. You don't want to have to sit there and rock every single night in order for them to go to sleep. No, don't want to do that because then you're going to have to do that every single night and they're going to get really used to that. You want to make sure they're awake. Even if they're half awake, it's okay, so that once you lay them down, they've got to figure out on their own how they're going to get to sleep because that is one of the keys to them being able to sleep through the night, believe me. What I do whenever I lay her down in the crib is I say the same sentence each and every time. The sentence that I use is, "Good night, Katie, sweet dreams, I love you." And I say that every single night after I lay her down in the crib. And that automatically says to her, okay, it's time for me to go night-night. After you sit your baby down, they are going to cry. Expect this, they are going to do it. A lot of different methods you could use at this point. There's the cried out method, there's the no cried out method, there's a no tears method. There's so many methods out there. The method that I chose was called the Ferber method. What is the Ferber method? It involves a child to self-soothe by allowing them to cry for a certain amount of time before you go in to try to comfort. So what we did was 5, 10, 15, 20-minute intervals. So when we first started sleep training on day 1, we put her down in the crib and obviously she screamed for the first 5 minutes. And then we decided that every 5 minutes we would go in and we would comfort her. "Good night, Katie, sweet dreams, I love you." And then I'd walk out the door. And then 10 minutes later, if she was still crying, we would go back in and we would say the same exact thing to her. Key to this part of the Ferber method is do not pick the baby up. You don't want them to get used to you always picking them up because then they're gonna always want that. So make sure you don't pick your baby up. So for us, it took us about 3 days before she was completely down for the night, sleeping through the night 10 to 11 hours a night. Now, at almost 15 months, she's sleeping about 12 hours every night. One, she cried for about 20 minutes. Day 2, she cried for about 10 minutes, and then we were down to day 3, and she was out in a minute. And it worked out really well for her. And now mommy and daddy are getting plenty of sleep, and we are loving it. So I hope this video helped you. Please leave in the comments below if you've tried it, or if there's anything else that I can do or help you out with. Just leave your comments below, and I really hope that this works for you so that you and yours can get a good night's sleep. Thanks so much for watching, and have a blessed day.